Look, they can never keep me down, I'm going, and if I ever fail, just know I'll go again, I never quit.
Hey guys, my name is Todd Derry, and this is TD's Fat to Fit, your free online strength and conditioning coach in your pocket. Today's a good day. We get to talk about legs, big legs, how to build the biggest, strongest legs on earth, Quadzilla legs. But first, disclaimer time, I'm not a doctor. Cops be pulling up like I'm passing out drugs. Nah. I'm a bodybuilder, not a doctor. This is for education and entertainment purposes only. If you do have questions, concerns, talk to your doctor or your functional medicine practitioner. Been doing this for about 35 years. I started competing when I was 17, went on my first show, won Team New England's at 18, 1994, and have since been competing along the way, but also have coached and trained countless people, from the normal person that just wants to get healthy and lose weight to pro and amateur bodybuilders, physique competitors, strength athletes, you name it. I've helped a lot of people. I've also had the pleasure of being an IFBB Physique America judge, chairman of New England, promoter. When you're in this industry, you see a lot of crazy stuff. And that's kind of this channel, is to clarify what does work and what doesn't work. The bullshit from the quality information that is out there. So I had the pleasure of growing up in New England. And I was in southern New Hampshire, half an hour outside of Boston. And this was not far from Paul DeMayo. And the owner of the gym that I worked at had him come in as a seminar. And that's the day my life changed. I was 16, and man, that's the day I fell in love with bodybuilding, really. I mean, it's always been in me. I mean, we have pictures of me when I was 5 years old, posing like Lou Ferrigno, but still, the day I saw Paul DeMayo's legs in person, my life changed. To this day, I still have his picture. Back here. God rest his soul. Had some issues with addiction after his career, and something that I've had my own issues with. So I hold him in my heart, because every time I do legs, I think of Paul DeMayo because of the things he taught me and the things that I know work. So anyways, so this episode is kind of to Paul DeMayo. Other people that grew up and also trained in the same gym and also in the same area as Paul were Mike Matarazzo, Chris Cito, Jay Cutler. I mean, this was an area that was outside of Long Beach, was a huge bodybuilding center. But first, let me talk to you about the strategy. Where does it come from? And when I say strategy, I'm going to say high volume, high weight. It's counterintuitive, right? Like, no, low volume, high weight. No, not with legs. You can do this, trust me. So when you think of a sport, and you think of sports in general, all different sports, what sports have the biggest legs? Any thoughts? How about cyclists? How about speed skaters? But they have these huge quads. Cyclists, oh my God. Bodybuilding could learn a thing or two from cyclists. Look at these pictures. It's crazy what their leg development is. Bodybuilding doesn't even have legs like this. So this is kind of the backbone of my theory that was taught to me, passed down from Paul DeMayo, who learned from Tom Platz, big shocker. And it's all about volume. High weight, high reps. And you watch things happen. What do they have difference from bodybuilding? And that's basically, in my opinion, that's volume. What do they do? Thousands of reps over and over. Body weight squats over and over and over. And their legs grow just because they're just doing thousands of reps. Put some extra weight on there, and now you got something. So that's where I've adopted my principle of high weight, high rep. And I've had some really good success. And now I'm actually training to achieve the Tom Platz 500-pound squat record, which Mitchell Hooper just recently surpassed at 24 reps. I'm right on their tails. And when I break it, you'll find out. But part of this whole process is showing you that I'm almost 50 years old. I'm only 5'8", 250 pounds. And I'm just about there to break a world record. Yeah, it's kind of folklore, but so what? Some no-name guy that heard Paul DeMayo talk when I was 16 adopts a strategy, and now I'm potentially going to break a world record in squat strength, which Mitchell Hooper, the strongest man in the world, just broke by 1 rep, and now I'm possibly right there on his heels. That's something to talk about. So listen up. When we go over this, implement it, and you will see incredible change. And when I say incredible change, how quick? A couple months? Inches in a couple of months? And I know that's a lofty, pretty inflammatory remark, but I will tell you, you will see inches of growth within just a few months. And the strength you'll see is just as astounding. So apply this, what I teach you here, and get back to me. Tell me if I'm wrong. I'm not, because I've seen too many people I've trained have incredible results, from having chicken legs, no legs at all. Like our bodybuilding world right now has a whole, don't get me started, a whole division of no legs. Yeah, because that's not half of our body, right? Standing on stage with board shorts. Yeah. You guys do know the secret out there. You work your legs hard, it releases growth hormone through systemic processes. Your whole body grows. So if your legs grow, your whole body grows on top of it. So make your legs a priority, and you'll see your entire physique change. Take it to the bank. So short-term results, you will see strength right away, and volume and size in a very short period of time. So let's get into the exact process. How do I start? My leg routine on a weekly basis starts with leg extension. I used to hate leg extension. I still don't really like them because they're just it's not a great workout. It's not a workout really, not one that is like squats or leg press. It's only to volumize the muscle, put blood in the muscle. It's not to fatigue it. It's not to burn it out. Put some blood in the muscle, warm up the knees, and move on. How do I do that? So what I typically do is real lightweight. Do not go heavy on extensions, ever. Think about what you're doing. You're putting a ton amount of weight on your lower leg, and then you're lifting it up. And your patella, this little tiny bone that has cartilage on the backside of it, is riding up and down your patella track, but all the weight you put here, that whole stack, whatever you're trying to do, is now pushing right here, and it's sliding up and down. And if you do this for a long period of time, what do? You get those gnarly balls, right? If I did this for a while, I get that like pillies, right? And your cartilage does that. And it over and over and over. Good luck. Don't go heavy on extensions because it's too much of a wear item on your knee. Lightweight, easy reps, feel the burn, put the blood in the muscle, and move on. All right, specifics. I start with isolateral, so I'll do one leg at a time. I'll do 10 reps and 10 reps, 10 reps and 10 reps. Quick set, easy. Take a breather, wait 30 seconds. Again, I don't count, I don't time. My breathing calms down, I'm on to the next set. I do 10 and 10, 8 and 8. No breaks. So it's left 10, right 10. Left 8, right 8. Take a breather. Do it again. Last set. This is only like 5 minutes to get through the whole thing. And now it's just a burnout. 10, 10, 8, 8, 6, 6, 4, 4, 2, 2, right? You just go all the way down, and then you're really feeling the burn. Within 30 seconds, you're fine. You're not fatiguing the muscle at all. You're just pumping and volumizing and gorging that muscle with blood. So we're going to go to squats next. So this, you start with a weight that is generally easy, that you can get your form down. You're going to stretch out a little bit. Always do minimum of 20 reps. Yes, 20. 2-0. But your first set should be an easy 20 because you're just going through the motions, going down, going up. I like the way I squat is I'll do fives. I do five 3/4 reps or half reps or what do you want to call them. And then I'll stand up and take a breather. Try this. It's not easy. These are much harder than full extension because when you go down and up to a standing position, you're resting. Down and up to a standing position, you're resting. So you're taking a rest in between each one. If you go down and stay down and you're doing half reps, let's call them, you're keeping that entire time under tension for that whole 5 reps. So do 5, take a breather, do 5, take a breather, up to 20. So you do that 4 times. Put the weight down, go up by minimum of 20%. Your legs are a big muscle. They can go up by 50 pounds. So you should be doing about 50-pound increments at a minimum, if not more. Next set, again, more of a warm-up, but a little more effort. 20 reps minimum. And then you get to your third set. This is your working set, your first working set. And this is where you're going up to about, not quite your maximum effort, but close. And that 20 reps is difficult. I wish I could advise you in a weight perspective, but I can't because everybody's different. The way I do it, I go up 1 plate each. I start with 2 plates, 20 reps. 3 plates, 20 reps. 4 plates. I might not do 20 because right now I'm training to get 500 for 25. That's my goal. So I don't want to totally take away from that, but when I'm training to just truly get my legs bigger, I'm always doing 20 reps, and then the last set, my heaviest, biggest set, I'll do 6 plates for like 10. Yes, 10, 12. My goal is 6 plates for 20. When I can get that, something's going to change, and that's typically the muscle size. Because anytime you put that much stress under that much volume with that much weight, your legs have to grow. So, back to the strategy of squatting. First one is easy, second one's a little more difficult, third one is tough, and then the last set is about 10 to 12 reps. You're gonna fail. But there'll come a day when you don't fail, when you can get that last set to 20 reps. Let's say it's 315. You finally get there. A few weeks in, a couple months in, you finally get 315 for 20. Your next one is 365. So you jump up 50 pounds. And now you're going to get that for 8, 10, 12. You're now set to make that your next 20. When you get to 20, you move up. So your volume is always above 20 except for your last set. Trust me, this is difficult. This is not for the faint of heart. This is extremely exhausting. I mean, you're going to want to puke. But at the end of the day, it works. Trust me, it works. This is a picture of me after I started doing 20s. I call them 20s. And this is a picture after I started doing 20s, 3 months. That is a sizable visual difference in just a couple of months. And it was like 2 or 3 inches. Never mind somebody that hasn't done this before. I work out legs hard anyways. So let's go to leg press. What do you do with leg press? I start with 50 or 40 minimum. First set, 40 to 50 reps. And I'm going to show a video here now as to what my foot position is. Those gurus that say, oh, foot position doesn't matter. It doesn't make any difference in terms of the quadricep and the way it hits the muscle and hypertrophy from the medial side to the lateral side. Bullshit. Bullshit. Why? Because here, take a look at this. I'm doing the entire stack. This is like 1,500 pounds. I barely get 14, 15 reps. But then when I open my stance, I suddenly can get another 10 or 12. If it didn't hit my legs any differently, how do I get another 12 reps? And on top of that, never mind the fact that I'm thinking when I'm doing these reps, it hurts in a different spot. When you put your feet together, your feet are just like this, right? Toes together, heels together, as close as you can, as deep as you can, you're hitting your teardrop, your lower quad, and your medial quad, the middle of the quad. And then all of a sudden when you widen your stance to have your heels out and your toes out dramatically, you suddenly get much more lateral engagement. You get your hamstring engagement. You get your glute engagement. So it's hitting the muscle in a completely different spot. And all of a sudden you can get another 10, 15, 20 reps. So every time I do leg press, every set I do half in, half out. So if I'm doing 40, I'm going to do 20 and 20. Next set, go up by a plate, typically, or about 20%, and you're going to try to do another 30 reps. 15, 15. Up another 20%, or a plate, same thing, minimum 20 reps. And this is more mandatory. Leg press, you should not do anything less than 20 reps. And this burns like hell. It is a crazy workout because it's getting your entire quad engagement, and that feeling, that burning feeling that you get on extension, you get when you're putting hundreds of pounds on your leg press. You start to feel that same burn with the amount of weight. Talk about hypertrophy. This is what it's meant to be. The last set you're moving up on leg press. You probably only get 10 to 15, but you should say, I'm going to go as heavy as I possibly can and try to get 15 plus reps. 15 is literally the last amount. Don't go below 15. Try for 20. And if you get 20, you're going to go up next week. So that's your last set. And then you're going to strip half the weight off, take a break, let your breathing calm down, take half the weight off. So if you're at 10 plates, go to 5. If you're at 8 plates, go to 4. And now you're going to do another 50. I laugh because I know what you're in for. It's not fun. It sucks. But you're going to have a leg pump that you cannot imagine possibly having before. So it's, leg press is about 5 sets typically. And you finish with that really high rep, easy. And it's a total mind fuck too. Because you start with 4 plates. And then you move up and move up and move up. And then you go back to 4 plates. That 4 plates doesn't feel heavy anymore, but you can't move it because it's so damn hard. It's such a mind fuck that you basically are moving something that feels light, but it's impossible to move. And then that's your gauge. That tells you if you do it 50 times and you have no problem doing it, you didn't go hard enough. So it's a good barometer as to how to make your next week different. So you're always pushing yourself to that next level. After this, you go to hack squats. Hack squats is good for lower leg development and trying to finish overall hypertrophy of the leg. I only do 3 sets. I typically start with a 20 set, and then a 15, and then a 10. You really shouldn't be able to put all your emphasis and all your strength into it because you left it at the leg press or you left it at squats. This is a finisher. You put as much as you can into it. You push yourself, but you're smoked at this point. Your legs are shaking, your knees are shaking. You're smoked. Just do the best you can. So again, 20, 15, 10. You're done. Go back to leg extensions, and you're going to finish off that crazy pump that you've had. Your legs have cooled down since hack squats. You want to get revolumized again before you call it a day. And you're going to do the exact same leg extension workout you did at the beginning. You're going to do it at the end. Quick, 5 minutes. 10, 10, 10, 10, 10, 20, 10, 8, 6, 5, 4, whatever. And you're done. That's it. We're not going to get into hamstrings today. This, trust me, you'll have enough to do with in terms of quadriceps. Sometimes I do hamstrings on the same day. Sometimes I don't. Depends on how much energy I have and how much I feel like I'm sticking around because it creates a long workout, so to speak, because this in itself is an hour long. Now, let's get into accessories. What do I use to help? I just did a video on knee wraps, and anything more than 315 on squats, I wrap my knees. Anything more than 6 plates on the leg press, I wrap my knees. Is it a crutch? Maybe. I don't think so. Are wrist wraps on bench a crutch? Not really. So what if they are? I don't have a ref standing behind me saying, red flag. You didn't go deep enough on the 50th rep. I don't care. I'm here to make these suckers as big and as strong and as good looking as I possibly can. And if leg wraps or knee wraps and a belt help me with my longevity and help me attain my goals, bring it on. Because my legs are rock solid. Knock on wood, my legs are awesome. My knees are no pain whatsoever. And my leg performance is second to none. So I always use a belt, whether it's a 4-inch belt or a tapered belt. I always have a belt on no matter what I'm doing in all muscle groups, especially legs. The only time I don't use a belt is on leg press because I'm trying to breathe and it just is too restrictive. But certainly on squats, certainly on hack squats, you use a belt. And anything that's heavier for you, use leg wraps or knee wraps, or knee sleeves, whichever you think. For me, though, I also use wrist wraps on squats because I can't put my hands behind my back. I'm a little restricted. I'm a little tight. So because of that, I have to put my hands really high, really wide, and it tweaks my wrist, and wrist wraps help. So I use wrist wraps on squats. And it's like I'm going to war, right? You put your knee wraps on, you put your belt on, you put your wrist wraps on, you got your hat backwards, and you're going to war with that weight. It's my own personal issues. Squat shoes. Always wear squat shoes. Elevated at least an inch in the heel, because that puts your toes down, helps you develop the lower part of your quad. So any type of elevated heel weightlifting shoes, squat shoes. There's a ton of them out there on Amazon. Trust me, you do this strategy and you will see incredible results. It has yet to fail me. And more often than not, people think I'm crazy. But trust me, it works. And you just have to look at cycling and speed skating. They don't even try. They're not trying to make big legs. Their goal is not, I want the biggest legs so I can win a race. What? They're just trying to win a race. And they're getting huge quads in the meantime. So their goal is not large quadriceps. That's our goal. That's what we're trying to do. Big, strong quads. They're just trying to win a race as fast as they can, but by doing incredible volume and intensity, they get big legs. So learn something from it. Take that advice and apply it in your world. See what happens. My name is Todd Derry. This is TD's Fat to Fit. I'll see you soon.
Look, they can never keep me down, I'm going. And if I ever fail, just know I'll go again. I never quit, cause I know that every loss may lead to another win. I'm going